There is a reason why the Prophet ﷺ observed all 10 of the last 10 nights, even though we know that Laylatul Qadr falls on one of the odd nights. For one, we really do not know which night it's going to be this year. And we don't know which of the nights are truly odd, and therefore it is important, inshallah ta'ala, for us to observe every single one of these nights until the end of Ramadan. Imagine if you missed Laylatul Qadr because your odds were off or your evens were off. And then you show up on Yawm al-Qiyamah and you say, I followed the wrong moon sighting calculation, or the wrong opinion, or whatever it is. Observe each and every single one of these last 10 nights because you don't know where that treasure is. Dear brothers and sisters, today we released at Yaqeen Institute for Islamic Research an article that I co-authored with Sheikh Ibrahim Hindi and Dr. Nazir Khan on the theological significance of Laylatul Qadr. There's a lot to unpack about the beautiful night itself. For one, how is it that it's the night of decree? Aren't our deeds already decreed, or aren't our lives and all of these things already decreed with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a lawh al-mahfuz, in the preserved tablet? Yes. But on this particular night, on Laylatul Qadr, when it takes place, and we know that it will take place sometime in these last 10 nights, and this particular night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows for your decree to be downloaded. Let's use terminology that we can understand. For the year to come, from al-lawh al-mahfuz, from the preserved tablet, into the records of the angels. And those records contain everything that will happen for the next year, including, by the way, those who will go to Hajj. So if you want to make the intention for Hajj this year, now is the time. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala write it down for us, an accepted Hajj bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Allahumma ameen. This is the time for you to start planning, inshaAllah, and you really want to be found in a state of observance on these nights, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees you in a state worthy of good. And the Prophet ﷺ said, nothing prolongs a person's life like charity and dua. Okay, like charity and dua. So good deeds and supplication and charity actually prolong one's life. So it may be that in these decrees that come down in the records of the angels, and that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means when He says, يَمْحُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ, Allah erases what He wills and confirms. That what is in the record of the angels will take into consideration what Allah knows of you to come for the next year. And so something might change because of how Allah sees you in that observant state. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let our qadr, let our decree be good, and it is always good for the believer, because if he is struck with something that is apparently good, then he praises Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of gratitude. And if he is faced with something that is apparently bad, then he is patient with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so it still becomes a means of elevation for him. Dear brothers and sisters, what are some things for us to do? I just want to kind of go over these last 10, inshallah ta'ala, and just some important tips for us to take into consideration. There's really a beautiful statement from an Imam al-Shafi'i rahimahullah ta'ala that I came across, and it's actually within the article I wrote about this statement in particular, that I find very powerful. I remember the first time, when I went to Hajj, and there were some people in Arafah, and there was a brother that was reading Qur'an, and someone went up to him and yelled at him and told him, Arafah is time for dua, not a time for reading Qur'an. And I thought to myself, well, okay, Arafah is a time for dua. Arafah is specified as a time for dua, and the Prophet ﷺ used to raise his hands from the beginning of Dhuhr all the way until the sunset, right? It's supposed to be a day of dua. But then I came across narrations of some of the Salaf taking breaks from their dua and reading Qur'an.